Welcome to the Angus Report, the week's top Angus stories broadcast on the web by the American Angus Association. I'm Bob Cervera. The ongoing political unrest between rebel and pro-government forces in Libya could have consequences for U.S. agriculture. That's according to a Texas A&M economist who foresees rising input costs. Libya has the largest crude oil reserves in Africa, and fallout from the country's ongoing conflict could result in further economic pressures.
Obviously, we've seen higher crude oil prices in the last week to 10 days, and that, of course, is will translate into higher diesel prices over the next several weeks. The key thing is that it creates more uncertainty for the industry in general, and that results in just a higher overall cost structure. As we see crude oil prices rise, diesel prices go up, we can anticipate higher commodity prices across the board. Until things stabilize, we'll see good days, we'll see tough days. And hopefully over the next few weeks, there will be some additional stability.
In addition, devastation from Japan's recent earthquake and tsunami has created more uncertainty in commodity markets. We'll focus next week on the crisis and what it means for the U.S. cattle business. American Angus Association members will soon receive forms to nominate delegates to the 2011 Annual Convention of Delegates in Louisville, Kentucky. Forms will be mailed the last week of March, and the nomination period is April 1st through June 30th. Director of Member Services, Don Laughlin, says it's important to participate in the election process.
The nomination forms will be mailed approximately March 30th, and they're a little different this year. We've changed the format. They're going to have the individual members' address on them and their member code, and so they just need to take those out. They're going to be on a lime green form. Take those forms, nominate the person, and put them back in the mail, and make sure they're in St. Joseph by June 30th. Well, I think it's important that we get people that are active in the Angus business. We are a membership-run organization, so this gives each member a chance to have input on to how the association is run. So by nominating people to be elected delegates, you nominate somebody that you think that can represent your views to do the business of the American Angus Association.
Signed nomination forms must be received at the association no later than June 30th. Members will then select the final slate of state delegates. Visit our website to learn more about the association's electoral procedures and how you can take part in the business of the business breed. And finally, in this week's Commercial Insight, fourth-generation rancher Mark Lacey of Independence, California, offers his perspective of the Angus cattle business and what's important to commercial cattlemen and women.
Angus has been part of our operation since the mid to late 60s, and really what drove our increased use of Angus was a alliance or premium program. The demand was there for that, for the black-hided product and better quality end product, and the Angus is what offered really, it was the only breed that offered that assurance that the end product that we sought after would be produced by Angus cattle. Well, as far as records go, don't worry about having too many records. If you have customers that don't need as many records, that's fine for them, but don't manage for the least common denominator. Try to get your animals registered, get your EPDs, make them available to your customers. Try to give them as much information as they can make use of, and educate the ones that maybe don't understand them so that they can make better decisions in their herds. And just be a strong member of the association and make sure to transfer those pedigrees so that the producers have them, and then the Angus Association has a sort of a contact link to those people who are using Angus genetics.
Visit www.angus.org to access other segments and to hear from additional commercial customers. That's all for this Angus Report. Join us next week when we provide the American Angus Association's latest news and information. Until then, visit our website, Facebook, or Twitter pages for articles, videos, and more information. Thanks for joining us.
We've been using Cattle Mail USA since 2002, and we've been really pleased with the response that we've gotten from all of the Cattle Mail web blasts. It's really worked out well for us.
The email blast that Dan set up for us this time was unbelievable. It was a real good success. I mean, I've never got more response. And as fast-paced as this world is, this web-based deal is where it's at.
I would never go through a sale without using Cattle Mail USA. Through Cattle Mail USA, we've sold cattle coast to coast. As time's progressing, we're all going to have to use technology to our advantage.